Will Israel Adesanya have his hand raised at UFC 276, or will Jared Cannonier get it done? See who fighters are picking in the latest edition of MMA Pros Pick.
For me, Adesanya. For me, he's ready for all what can show. Jared. I think Adesanya really ready for everything from Jared.
I don't know exactly, but both fighters are very tough. But I think Adesanya is a favorite. He's striking his distance is better. He moves around the cage much better. But you never know. Cannonier is a very strong guy. So if he lands a punch, then anybody will get knocked out. But I think Israel Adesanya is gonna win.
Dude, I've gone back and forth about this. I don't know, man, because Izzy is really, really good. He's fought and beat better strikers. But Cannonier is also the size of like 3 people condensed into a small frame. And you remember Izzy got touched up by Gasoline. If Cannonier touches you that way, I think you'll die. So I just don't know, man. I don't know. If it's not my money to spend, I'm gonna say Cannonier, man. I want to see him do it.
I think Izzy's gonna win. I don't know if he'll finish him or what, but I feel like you got to be more than a knockout artist to beat Izzy. He's been fighting those guys his whole career. I think it's gonna take a really special wrestler and grappler to come in and beat him, or maybe someone like Pereira. But even Pereira, I think if you go and watch Pereira's fights as opposed to Izzy's fights coming up, Pereira just has a different style of striking that maybe hasn't translated as well. I guess we'll see soon. But yeah, I like Izzy in that fight. I think it might be boring. Might be a point fight, but yeah, I don't see Cannonier getting the job done.
Man, Adesanya is definitely the fighter right now. I don't see like if we would compare him with some of the fighter that was Anderson Silva on his prime. A lot of confidence. A lot of skills. Jared is a hell of a fighter. And besides that, we kind of like was able to meet each other when he fought Anderson in Rio. Very nice guy. If you ask me who is going to win the fight, I think it's Adesanya. But if you're going to ask me who you want me to fight, it's Jared. Just because he's a nicer guy.
Okay.
Not a nicer guy, but he was super nice guy when we met.
I think Adesanya is gonna get the job done. I think he's better striker, and I think he's better striker. He's gonna outpoint Cannonier.
Awesome fight, man! It's a fucking great fight. Hard for me to pick against the champ Izzy. He's so fucking dynamic. He's one of the biggest stars in the division, not just because of his his persona and everything, but the way he fucking fights, man. He brings it every single time. Cannonier's a fucking dog, though. Dude's been in 3 different weight classes, wins in every weight class. Does he ever win a heavyweight? That's a phenomenal fight. If I had to pick, I gotta lean towards Champ. Champ has wins over Whitaker. Whitaker beat Cannonier. So if I had to pick, and if I had to bet, then that's what I'm going with, Daisy.
With that original flow, head kicks with the pros, picks at the fights or anything in the mix. Getting closer to the heart of the flame, bringing conversations with heavy hitting names. You feel the love of the game.